before I even have a chance to forget. And there we go. Welcome back, some of you. Welcome for the first time, a few of you. No worries. Just as we're getting everybody jumping into the call here, we wanted to start off by putting in the chat any win you had from yesterday. Okay, any win at all, go ahead and put that in the chat as you're jumping on here. Good morning. Okay, and I'm going to make Leandra a host, which I did. Are you hosting us? Okay, cool. Wonderful. Thank you so much for turning up again today. And, you know, this is like where the rubber meets the road. Again, like we were talking about yesterday. We want to talk about how did it go to play for 24 hours this game that you tried on. And, you know, in the actual longer game, we have time to teach you a little bit more of how to play because I find that that is a skill that only kids still remember and do. Most adults, like, they forget a couple of the processes of that. I still forget a few, like, oh yeah, I got to do that. Got to smile somewhere in there, or it doesn't count as play, you know, things like that. But whether you feel like you really played yesterday, or whether you feel like you just got to some openness or some lightness around your topic, around your desire, some possibility. One of the big key ingredients of play is curiosity. Maybe you just got to some like, oh, possible curiosity here. That's awesome. That's all in the right direction. So great job. And the fact that you showed up today to sort of debrief the process and see how it went, also amazing. Also awesome. So, okay, I see already some good shares in the chat here. And yeah, if you're just hopping on, just put in the chat any win you had from yesterday. Okay, any win at all. Even some of you weren't even on the call yesterday, and I still know you had a win. So think back in the last 24 hours, what is any win that I've had? All right. And with no further ado, I'm so excited to turn this over to Joanna. She's going to lead us again today, but we're going to get to hear a little more from Leandra too and her magical superpowers. Because as I shared yesterday, I am not actually a wealth coach. These are my two wealth coaches, Joanna and Leandra. Even though I've been playing this game the whole time, I'm a public speaking coach, I've been a marketing coach, and these are just the mindsets I've needed myself to get me through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. But now we've got the big guns. So we definitely want to hear from these wealth coaches today. First up, Joanna, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm already seeing the chat blowing up. Somebody received a payment without asking for it, a cancellation from earlier in the week and a right reschedule. Openness. Yes, openness. New mantras. The clients are coming. They are already here. The money is coming. It's already here. A new prospective client, a 500 off from my next month's membership with my coach. And even Leandra is saying, my mind was blown with the what ifs from our teammates here. And so we have had so much fun playing in the realm of potential and possibility. So I just want to welcome you guys. Here we have Jade and Marge and Eliana, Autumn, Dr. Julia, Estefania, Rebecca, Lisa, Sheila, Amber, Jill. Of course, we have Leandra, and of course, we have Amanda, and then I am Joanna. So excited to be back here with you today. So if you have any other ahas, go ahead, keep sharing them. It's so much fun to play this with you guys and see the wins that you have already. Yesterday, we told you that this game, this pregame, is for any of you that want to give yourself a raise this year. Raise your hand again if you are going to say, I am available for my raise this year. I'm available for my money. I'm available for unexpected money. I am here for that. It's also for you If you've given yourself a raise in the past or got a really big client, but the results of it haven't yet been sustainable. You have maybe have had the experience where you get your best client, your most favorite client who's really ready to do work, is doing the work, and the next one you get is energy depleting, doesn't want to do the work, and you basically have to drag or push them along. You've had the biggest cash month in your business, but for some reason you can't seem to do it again. You're like, what the heck? Why isn't this working? I've done this. Shouldn't I be able to do it again? You get extra money and something goes wrong. All of a sudden you have extra money and your washing machine breaks. Your kids have an extra expense that you didn't really know about. You commit to doing the affirmations and the mindset work, and you get a little bit of a shift for a little bit of time, but it's not sustainable and the results are not long lasting. Don't worry, you guys, you are in the right place. You are in the right place. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of what we're up to today in our time together. It's going to fly by, so just be prepared for any questions that come up. Please put them in the chat, and we will take some time at the end to have questions. So if there are any questions, jot them down, put them in the comment. Let us know what those questions are that are coming up for you. We are going to talk about the shifts that happened yesterday. We're going to talk with Leandra about some of the keys that she has found that has helped her and her clients easily get what they want. We are going to give you a game that will help you feel more calm, grounded, and help you make better decisions and take aligned actions to get the results that you want. And we're also going to invite you into playing the money game that we have created for you. The money game that we have put together to serve you. You have been in the forefront of our minds as we have put this container together. We are doing it for you. All right, we have been already sharing some of those fun wins. I'm going to check the chat again to see what else has come up. Amanda is saying that she loves this feeling of flow. Can we just talk about how currency is a current? It's moving, it's fluid, there's some motion with it. So beautiful, thank you guys. And please keep sharing those in the chat. Let us know what kind of shifts you had, what was happening for you. And I'm also curious if something else happened for you yesterday. Did any of you experience, and like you're having so much fun playing in this realm of potential, and then start playing the negative what if game? One of the players from yesterday left me a message and said, I'm so excited because I'm playing the what if I easily get 3 clients. And then I said, what if I get unexpected money? And then immediately after that, she got a message that somebody wanted to hire her. Her next question is, what if it doesn't work out?
Yeah.
What if they don't hire me? And how many of you feel that? How many of you feel that?
It happens.
Or experienced that yesterday? Like, yeah, it's super fun to play in potential, but that next thought is that negative. So I told her, I said, what if they don't hire you because you are divinely protected? But how good does the opportunity feel? And come back tomorrow because we're going to talk about this. So if this happened to you, you are definitely in the right place. And this is where we address those sticky issues of the what ifs, especially around money. You may feel like, oh, I don't have sticky issues, and you might want to deny them and you push them away, but they're there and we have to address them. Otherwise, we keep being stuck. It keeps us held back from that potential to see the potential in physical reality. So yesterday I asked you guys, I said, what if you get a raise? What does that mean for you? And I said, what if you ask for a raise? And how many of you, the next thought was, and they say no. What if the game works for everyone but me? What if I'm the only one that doesn't get results? What if I can never get past where I am right now? And yesterday we talked about how many of us are under the false belief that our finances are the way they are because of external circumstances, because of the realm out there. Mm-hmm. But can you see that there's an internal struggle? In one moment, you sink into potential and possibility and get really excited, and then something happens. Is it sabotage? What the heck is going on? How can in 1 minute you be playing with possibility and the next a game that this is not possible for me? I don't actually deserve a good thing. I don't ever get what I want, so why even try? All right, so this is where we talk about the nervous system, that thermostat. Leandra, can you pull up the screen, the graphic from yesterday?
Can I say something really fast?
Yes.
I had a quick experience. It was actually one of the reasons why I kind of showed up a few minutes late. So when we talk about negative thoughts, I think my confidence really threw me yesterday. So I was on a roll, and there's this game that comes on the radio that my kids and I play with a station, and you could win $1,000. And I play with my 9-year-olds. Thanks, guys. I play with my 9-year-olds every morning on the way to school. And yesterday, I got in the car after I got off the phone, the meeting with you guys. And I said, I'm gonna play and I'm gonna win this $1,000. And I'm gonna do that. But my mind said, don't call, because if you call, you're gonna lose. And I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna play, for fake. And sure enough, I answered every stupid question. My grandson and son would have been so proud of me, right? I would have won $1,000 because I left here with the momentum, what if, and I was, yeah, right. So I was a little heartbroken, but I kept on, right? And I got in the car this morning, I'm dropping kids off, and I was like, oh, got to go to my meeting. And I told my daughter, well, after the kids got out, I said, I played the game yesterday and I won $1,000. I was like, but my confidence wasn't up. And I gave my daughter a brief, talk about what her confidence needs to be, and don't be a woman like me. And as I was turning on the radio, I said to myself, but the next person is going to win it. I turned on the radio and it was saying, congratulations, you just won $1,000. Wow. We listen to this thing every morning. Nobody never wins all of the questions. And sure enough, it was confirmed, $1,000 this morning. And that was just the universe saying, stop doubting yourself, and just go with the flow of who you are. So, I mean, yeah, it was great confirmation, but shit, I'm out $1,000. And
wow,
you guys,
Queen.
All of the energy that we conjured up here yesterday, it was so beautiful. I took it out with me, and it worked. And I shot it down with my past behavior. And yeah, that's what I need to shake.
Incredible share.
That. So
incredible share. You felt
thanks,
that win
guys.
close to you, and you claimed it as your own, and yet you still see the awareness of there's something inside holding us back. It's not just the outside circumstances. It's also something inside. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. And this is like the perfect segue into the next part of this, because Leandra, if you pull up that graphic, this is exactly what we are talking about. Okay, so you can try to convince yourself that what if all this potential is going to happen? But the thing is that on the left side of the screen, you have a nervous system imprint. An imprint is something that happens a long time ago. So there is a subconscious part of your brain that is kind of running the show. You can think of it like the thermostat. It's controlling the temperature gauge. So if you have this limiting belief or, this imprint that says, I never win anything. So your thoughts and beliefs are going to be, I never win anything. And so your emotions are going to be, I don't feel good about myself. And your actions are going to be, don't call in. And the results are going to be that you don't win. And so you're in this cycle. So if we can get our nervous system calmed down, because it gets activated in stressful situations, if we can get it calmed down, then we can begin to move that thermostat. We can start thinking the thoughts that we want to think. And there is so much power in awareness when you know what that other thought is, the thought that's kind of holding you back, so that you can feel better. So especially when you're thinking about finances, if you have a good foundation, if you are feeling calm, then your thoughts are going to be, oh, I could get that client. I should reach out to her. You're feeling confident. You're feeling like, yes, people are going to want what I have. Your actions are going to be to tell people. You're going to be able to show up. And the results are going to be that those people say yes to you. And it changes the cycle. But you can't just think and affirm and positive mindset your shift your way to that thermostat control. You actually have to calm your nervous system down. So if you will stop the screen share. Thank you very much, Leandra. When we get stressed, and if you grew up in a home where there was fighting about money, there might be some imprints in your brain that this is the regulation, this is the thermostat. It's not a thermometer. It doesn't measure the temperature. It is a thermostat. It controls the temperature. And when we get stressed, we activate what I call the critter brain, that part of our brain that's the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And when you get stressed, that part is activated. And it's like running or laying down or, don't do something. And so when you're in that and you're trying to make financial decisions, you don't do the next action that would get you to where you want to go. When we make financial decisions from a stressed out place, we find ourselves overspending, too much retail therapy. And on the other side of that, we can save up, store money, but never feel like there's enough. We don't spend, we don't do anything. We just hold ourselves back. We don't make the investments that we want to. We don't invest in ourselves. And so we keep ourselves stuck in that way. And in these places, if you're overspending or you're holding yourself back, you might feel shame or guilt. And we all might find ourselves hiding and not wanting to address the truth of our financial situation. But this is not your fault. The good news is that it's not your fault, okay? It's just pre-programming and it can be changed. But you do have to do something in order to get your brain back online. And these tools will help you to make the decisions from a calm, regulated state to where you can make that next action and feel the way that you want to feel to get the results that you want. Then your decisions and your actions will give you the results that you want. And so here we're going to talk to Leandra because she has found a tool that has helped her and her clients to get back, to feel regulated, to feel calm, and then make those decisions that she wants to make. So I'm going to toss it over to you, Leandra.
Yes. So I think that you're talking about tapping. But I actually want to talk about that a little bit. Oop. Hang on. I'm in control of these things and talking. Okay, maybe everybody's muted now. So the thing that I was going to say, well, if I can give you a little bit more backstory, like what I love about the money game is that it doesn't just apply to money. It applies to everything in life. So I actually just got back from snowboarding with my friend. We were looking at Facebook, you know how Facebook gives you the reminders of on this day, and we apparently go on the same day every year. Pretty much. We've been doing this for 11 years. And I actually started learning how to snowboard when I was almost 16, which has been a minute. but like I wasn't getting any better, and it would still just like strike panic into my heart of like, oh God, we have to go snowboarding. That's not the emotion that you're supposed to have when you go snowboarding or skiing, but that's what I had because I just want to hang out with my friend because she lives in Florida. And so I recognized that like how much I was freaking out doing like getting ready to snowboard, and I came down to the bottom of the lift and I was like, okay, just pause for a minute. Like you don't have to get on the next lift to the top. Like take a minute and realize like you're kind of in a state of panic right now. So I had seen that there were dings coming through from Joanna and Amanda while I was up skiing. And so I thought, okay, I'm just going to take the time to read these messages. And, you know, like, as you've said, like Lisa mentioned, like she's reaching out to people. We were reaching out to people, which is how you're here. So we've been playing a game before this. And so I read Amanda's game and it was like, okay, like this can apply to snowboarding. Like, what if I just received today? And then I thought, oh, I have lots of other games to use. Like, what if I let it be easy? What if I stop trying to be good at it? And so I combined that with tapping, and to not look like a freak at the mountain resorts. And like, for those of you who are familiar with EFT tapping, like I didn't, and I had a helmet on, so I couldn't even get to this point, right? So like instead of looking like a freak doing this, there are points on our fingertips. And so I'm just standing there thinking, okay, what if I stop trying to be good at this? What if I just let it be easy? What if I just let it be fun? Right? And nobody could see me doing this because I actually started looking around on the lifts. People are tapping all the time without even noticing it. It's just that I was consciously tapping, right? Like they were tapping their skis or their snowboards or whatever, but I was purposely tapping. And by the time I got to the top, I felt so much better. So I love the tapping technique, but I also think of myself as kind of like alternative healing modality connoisseur, because I just love all of them and I do all of them. And I'm actually going to say that I don't know that tapping is the magic, but what I love, what I have learned that I love is naming the negative what ifs. So the whole way up the lift, I was like, what if I can't do this? What if I wreck? What if I hurt myself? What if I don't even know. Like, what if I can't do this? 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 And then shifting from, yeah, that's really scary, and giving myself some compassion and understanding. And I think that's really the power of it, is giving ourselves compassion and understanding, and then saying, okay, what if I just did what I always do and I quit worrying about being good? Right? So it is tapping, but I think the big thing is naming your fear, giving yourself compassion, not making yourself wrong about it, and then shifting into the positive. And I think that's kind of what tapping does. So hopefully, Joanna, that answered your question.
Yes, it does, definitely. Giving name to that fear, acknowledging that it's there, those emotions. Even if you just want to deny them and say they're not there, they are. And we've got to give ourselves compassion, and we've got to recognize that those are going on for us. Yesterday, I asked Amanda if there was anything that she wanted us to know, anything about her, but is there anything that you would like us to know about you, Leandra?
Yes. So Amanda said at the beginning, what did you say? Leandra's magical superpowers. A few years ago, I had a coach tell me, I think that triggering people might be your superpower. And as soon as you learn how to harness that, like, you're going to be unstoppable. And I think that I have really learned to bring that in. So what I bring to this game is being able to bring up an activating vision, and activating is nicer than triggering, but something that's going to bring up those negative emotions. And one of those things is, it's not the prosperity game this year. It's not the prosperity team. It's the money game, because money is triggering. abundance and prosperity, those are nice, feel good words. But we talk about money, we start talking about your savings account, we start talking about your debt, like all of a sudden, some emotions are going to come up. And when we bring them up, just like when I was snowboarding, when we bring them up, we can name them, we can give ourselves compassion about them, and then we can move on and remove those buttons that I just purposely pushed so that nobody else is pushing those buttons for you, or they're not getting pushed every time you look at your savings account or you look at your credit card statement. So I think if I can say what I'm bringing to the game, that's what it is like, we're talking about dollars and cents. We're really changing your relationship with money and then trying on these fun new games after we've cleared out the old stuff so that we're not just putting a stick on a pig. That's my favorite way of saying that.
Yes, we're so glad to have you here with us and bringing that to the table. We know that it will serve the clients very well and the players of the game. We know that it's going to serve them to talk about dollars and cents and to dig in there. So yay, we are so happy that you're here.
Thank you.
All right, are you guys ready to play?
Let's play.
Today's game is a regulating game. It's not playing in the realm of potential, but that game of what if, keep that with you, put it in your back pocket and play it anytime that it serves you. Today's game is called Come Back. Come back. We want to bring our brains back online. We want them to come back so that we can utilize the full power of them, not just running out of that stressed out place. We want to make decisions that we really want to make. And so we want to bring our minds back, and we want to come back. We want to come back to now, because when we get stressed out, we start spiraling, we get out of control. So what we really need to do is come back. This is a grounding practice, and it will assist you in regulating your nervous system, making it easier to adjust that thermostat. If you want it to go up, if you want to feel like you can move it, this is going to help you. So I want you guys to identify a challenge right now that you're having with money, or that's related to your relationship with money. And as you're doing that, I want you to become aware of some of the thoughts that you're thinking over and over and over again related to this challenge that you're facing. Yes. Estefania says, expecting money to come from only one place instead of allowing it to be open to all, having more money than just one place. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to lead you guys through an exercise that's going to help you signal safety, that will help regulate your nervous system. This technique is called back breathing that I'm going to lead you through. But there are so many other ways to regulate your nervous system. EFT is amazing. Body rocking, shaking. There's so many more too. It doesn't matter as long as you use them. Whatever works for you is the best one to use, the one that you will do. Okay, so for a minute, before we go into this, I want you guys to reframe your thought. So if you had a thought like, when it comes to money, I have to do everything. When I talk to my husband about money, he always gets upset. And as we're reframing, your reframe you may not want to make it, when I talk to my husband, he's going to feel good about our conversation. Because that's not true, most likely. It's going to be hard, okay? If you tell yourself a money magnet and you've never been a money magnet, it's not gonna work. Your brain is smart, it knows. We're not fooling anybody, okay? This has to be something true. I can't do this, I'm not good at it. Yeah. So as you reframe this, as you come to a place where like you've got to make it something that's true. The one that I can always come back to, and this is the one that I'm offering to all of you this morning, and it may or may not feel good. If this one doesn't feel good for you, choose something else, okay? If there's another one that feels better, the one that I can always come back to, everything has turned out okay. Maybe it's been different than what I expected. Maybe I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but everything has turned out okay. Yeah, up until now. Okay, Eliana is saying up until now. Yeah, so like we have proof in the pudding. We talked about that yesterday, having a list of evidence. You can look back and say everything up until this point has turned out okay. That is something that's very true for my life. And there's been a lot of difficult stuff. And I'm sure that you all go through difficult stuff because it's life. But everything has turned out okay. And I know that. And I can sink into it. So if you guys are willing to play with me this morning, I'd actually like you guys to stand up. And if you don't want to, you do not have to, but please stand up with me. And this is where we get into signaling safety, because it's very important that we feel safe, especially when we're playing in the realm of money, because there are many times when we haven't felt safe. So if it feels good, just move around for a second, do some shaking off. Here we are. We showed up for this money game. What are we doing? Dance it out a little bit. But then when it feels good, and if it feels good to go ahead and close your eyes, you don't have to, but if it feels good. And what I want you to do is for a moment, stand still and feel your feet on the floor. I want you to feel how steady the ground is. If you can let your arms hang down by your sides and just hang there. Take some deep breaths, sinking into your body. Notice gravity. Gravity is something that is outside of us, that is powerful, that is steady. And when we're in moments when we don't know what will happen next, we can count on gravity, because for millions of years it has worked the same, and for millions of years when we're gone, it will continue to work. There's something bigger than us that we can. And so right now, as you're breathing, I want you, if it's comfortable for you, to put your hands on your lower back, right behind, about where the bottom of your ribs are. And together, we're just going to breathe, and we're going to say, I am safe in this moment. I am safe in this place. Gravity is working for me, and it's working for everyone. I am safe. The ground is steady beneath me. I am safe to be here. I am safe in this moment. Let's take a couple more deep breaths into your back. And then when you do that, after you've done that, I want you to switch your arms, if it feels good, to put them over your heart. And now we're going to sink in that new thought, And so here we're going to breathe into our heart space that everything has turned out okay. Everything has turned out different than what I thought. Everything has been different than what I thought would happen. But everything has worked out okay. And everything is still working out okay. And I am safe in this moment. And everything is okay. So give yourself just another minute or two to sink into this feeling of that new thought. And then when you're ready, come back, take another seat. I just want you to take a moment to recognize how you feel right now. How does your body feel? You can put it in the chat. How do you feel after that exercise of coming back? Rebecca says peaceful. The game is to come back. You signal safety, you make awareness of your old thought, and you reframe that thought and then ground it into your heart. Now, the next step is to act according to that thought. So before, we were acting out of, what if this doesn't work for me? So my actions were, I'm not going to call and I'm not going to look for financial help. I'm not going to interview financial representatives because I don't have that. Amanda says she really felt the safety of her floor. Amber Curry says that I feel lovely in my low back. Keeping that space back there feels so good. And now as we move from this place, we're going to act according to this new thought. Lisa says, I'm trying to add compassion. Oh, sorry. I'm not reading the chat. I just saw like the, I'm not reading the whole thing. So there's that. But now we can act according to the new thought. And if there are any other feelings that are coming up for you where you didn't really sink into this, please know that we are here and available after this call or over the weekend to talk through this with you. If that didn't clear out some of that old stuff, there's nothing wrong with you, okay? Again, it's not your fault, okay? But if it did feel like you got to that new place, you can act according to your new thought. For me, that is everything has turned out okay. So my actions are based on that. Everything has turned out okay. I can do new things because everything else has turned out okay. So that's the game. Come back.
Yay.
Can I chime in for 1 second?
I want to chime in
Joanna?
too. So yeah.
So I want to talk to Lisa where she was saying that it's not working. And one of the biggest things that you can add is just go back to the negative place. We try to skip over the negativity so often. Go back to the negative place, name all of it. And the most, like, if you forget everything else, the best way to give yourself compassion is just to say, I get it. I get it. I get it. Like, this is so hard. What if I can't do this? What if it was just a fluke? And say, yeah, there's a lot to this and I get it. I really get it. So try adding the, and I get it before jumping straight to the, I'm okay, if that's not working.
Amazing.
And you can dial it back even a little bit further and say, everything has worked out, or everything has worked out, or not maybe okay, but everything has worked out, has worked, or everything is neutral. Because I really do understand in that sometimes it doesn't feel, and if it's not true for you, that everything has turned out okay, it's not going to serve you to say that because that's not the truth in your brain. So everything has turned out.
I have a story about like having a grounding statement around I am, whether I can name everything else out there. Sometimes I can't, but I can name. And the phrase that came to me is a little over the top. I'm just gonna call it out, but it was really fun, and it felt true in that moment that I had it, because I had a bill for, embarrassingly, $35 come in years ago that I was like, I can't pay this bill. I was just in the bad place, and it was $35, guys. But as I did some grounding and did some practices, what came to me was, I am an intergalactic timeless being. I will figure this out. It was like this huge thing, but it made me feel 100 feet tall and just like own that I do have power, even though I don't feel it right now. But there's something in me that's lived beyond. Yes, intergalactic timeless being. That's right, Sheila. But it grounded me in the truth of that my life is so much bigger than this one piece of paper with the number 35 on it. You know, like somehow I'm bigger than this. And that's the phrase that came into my mind. So whatever phrase comes to you that is true, that works for you, lean into it, feel it in your body, and get grounded. Even if it sounds over the top, that rang so true for me in that moment. And so now I totally am like, yeah, I actually I am an intergalactic timeless being. So it's my funny story. And I did pay the $35. Yes. And it was probably, I paid it eventually, right? But the moment is what needed to shift, because otherwise I was spiraling down. So.
May I add something?
Yeah, Eliana.
So usually whenever in my practice, my client finds resistance to release, like I bring the image of shifting too fast and the client says, I don't feel that. And usually when that happens is because resistance is in place, right? So changing how you propose that, like, I'm open that I can be okay. I'm willing to be open to be willing to be open. So you remove yourself as much as you can. But another thing that I learned recently is that our brains will resist change, especially if that thought process was installed in ourselves as a way of protecting ourselves, even if it is bringing us some negative results right now, but it was a learned behavior a long time ago and it did help us. So when that happens is a little flag of letting us know that this is a learned behavior and it was placed in order to protect us. Therefore, we need to create that sense of safety inside first. So this need to hold on to this behavior that we can't, that we are not consciously being able to release, it fades away, that need, because the brain then feels safe to release that thought process. Does it make sense?
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, because that is like that first piece of like, if you are feeling out of control, if your life is feeling out of control, pick something that's safe and off. Like that's the thing that I can get to is gravity. I can feel the steadiness of the floor. It creates that safe space. Like, and it's bigger than just me. It's not me in my mind trying to figure it out and trying to convince myself that I'm safe. It's like, there's something outside of me that's bigger, that I can count on. That's reliable. That's steady. That's true. So yes, thank you so much, Eliana, for sharing that with us. And
I love that we've already created some of the safe container to even talk about these things already just in these 2 days. You guys are showing up ready to do this work and dig in here, because this is the nasty stuff we got to heal around money.
yeah, absolutely. This has been so much fun to play with you guys. And I really wanted to give you guys some tools that you can take away with you, walk away from this 2 days and have with you at any time. So you can always come back to the what if game, and you can always Come back to come back. Come back. Be here, be present in this moment, wherever you are, whatever moment it is. Sink into safety. And if you loved it here with us in these 2 days, you can come spend some more time with us. We are inviting us, right? Like, yes, come in, come play with us. Come ground with us, come calm your nervous system. We are going to do visualizations and embodiment practices. This group, the Money Game, the 22-week program that we have created for you with you in mind, will completely transform your relationship with money if you do the work, right? I mean, there's always a disclaimer. If you do the work, if you're willing to be open, and if you need to get to that place where you're willing, talk to one of us. If there's like some resistance there. So just some of the pieces that you need to know about the Money Game is that it is a 22-week program. We have Monday and Friday Zoom calls from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. They're always going to be recorded and you'll always have access to them. We are going to have those access available for you for a year. So don't worry if you're like, this seems like a lot of time, because you're going to be able to come back and look at them again. You're going to go back to the practices. You're going to have this available to you. We are offering each of us, we are giving you one 30-minute coaching call with each coach. Okay, so if you're having questions, if there are things that are coming up, especially as we play out the game, there are going to be times where it's like, I don't understand this. Amanda has offered this before, where you could have coaching sessions with her, and I took her up on it. I had questions. I was feeling uncomfortable. I didn't like it when somebody called me rich. I was like, I don't like this. So I reached out to her and I asked her, and she totally helped me through this. So this is what we are doing for you. We are offering this container to have this space for you to be able to not just play here in the container with everybody, but to get some one-on-one time with us also. We also have a fabulous Facebook group where we are sharing our wins. If you've never been in a container where you get to share and celebrate other people winning, especially with money, this is the greatest thing that has ever happened, because it doesn't happen very much. There are a lot of people that I don't tell my money wins to, hardly ever. It's not something that other people are like, yay, go you, make all that money. It doesn't happen. They're like, I'm jealous. Like all of this other stuff happens. So we are supporting you, and we have this group because we have some amazing people inside of the group already that are going to celebrate your wins with you, are going to high five you. And we are also bringing in that piece where, like, yeah, if it's a crappy day and, you are not feeling all this stuff and you feel like there's some shit there, we are going to address that too. There's going to be a place to say that. Not only are we going to celebrate with you, we're going to hold you through those tough times. We're going to hold you in life. We're going to hold you together. Yes, let's celebrate each other winning, and also hold each other, shoulder the burden of when life gets freaking hard. Freaking hard, you guys, it does. You also get an outrageous goal setting masterclass, which is awesome. And I'm going to do a little caveat on a bonus in just a minute. But here's the thing, you guys, we have loaded up this program with so much value for you. There's so much value that each one of us bring to the table with us. And we kept you in mind when we were revamping and improving an already super powerful game. It was already super powerful. Amanda had already, before bringing me on, made incredible results. She'd gotten her clients incredible results. The total of this program, so instead of saying, well, to work with Amanda, it's $2,200 for 6 months, and then bring me on, it's another $2,200, and then bring on Leandra, another $2,200, plus the outrageous goal setting, plus the visualizations, plus the gifts that you will get, well over $7,000 with all the coaches, with all the bonuses, with everything that you're going to get, the value is unreal in the investment. The investment for you to play this game and come into this with us. We're honoring Amanda's first game, and we're saying it's $2,200. It's $2,200 to come into this container and play with us. If that pay in full amount feels a little too big right now, we are offering payment plans of $444 per month for 6 months. The investment that you make into yourself, into changing, will change your life. Not only are you making the investment into yourself, you are making the investment into your money, or with your money.
Oh, did I freeze? Did you guys freeze? Uh-oh.
Change the world,
Sorry.
your world. You will be able to change your world by using your impact, your influence, and your income. We need resources. We need resources to impact our community and make the influence that we want. So we're going to open it up to any questions that are coming up for you. And anything that you guys would like to say. Leandra, do you have anything that you would like to add on to that?
I was just typing it in the chat. I was saying, women are the rising tide that lift all boats. And, you know, I think to me, especially this group of women falls into the helpers and healers category, and we're doing money differently. Like that is the whole thing, is that we are doing money differently. So to be wealthy doesn't mean the fear-based rich old white guys who are just keeping more and more of it because they're afraid of losing it. It's to do money and the emotions of money so that we can share more and feel like we have enough, because there is no dollar amount that will ever make you feel like you have enough. So doing the emotional piece of it, opening to wealth, sharing that wealth, that's what this is all about to me.
And that's coming from two, Leandra and Joanna, two self-made, co-created millionaires at a young age. I'm going to spill your secret. I know you guys don't like bragging on yourselves, but I will brag on you that these two have created high dollar amounts through many tools. And they're the ones telling us there's not a dollar amount out there. It's not about the dollar amount. It's about the internal feeling and relationship to money. And of course, that goes to time and everything else that we have in our lives. But yeah, specifically, we want to dig in around money here and make sure your wins show up also in dollars.
I just saw Jade's comment here in the chat. She said she used PayPal credit, which was 6 months, same as cash the first time, and paid it off less than halfway through the game. I love that. I mean, we're doing the internal shifts, but we're seeing external results too, because when the inside changes, the outside changes with it. So, yeah.
All right, do any of you have questions? Are there any questions that you are like ruminating on, thinking about?
I wanted to chime in and say that we do have several repeat players who are already signed up. So we have about 9 more spots. So that's probably room for people on this call, but I just wanted to let you know we don't have this group be, huge. It's going to be kept to a number where we can give you all the attention that you require.
Can I share something? Hi, everyone. So my name is Rebecca. My sister is Joanna. And so fortunate for me, I met Amanda through her. And I've done some of Amanda's speaking classes, and I've done the prosperity game. And every single time, you guys, I got so much out of it. But the thing I just want to say today is the three of you ladies together, there is something big happening. I can feel it. I'm sure everyone on this call can feel it, but there is something. And I am telling you guys, the value that you bring, the amount that you bring, you guys, here's the thing. You guys are going to do this game again, mark my words, and it's going to be, if not double, triple what it is right now. I can see this already. I can see this for you guys. It's like, this is too small, guys, but the value that you guys are bringing to the table is unreal. And I just have to say, you guys are like the trifecta. I'm telling you, I've already gotten so much out of these 2 days with the three of you that I'm like, holy shit, like what is going to happen? This is going to be freaking game changer for so many people. So I just cannot thank you enough for being open, for being willing to do new things, to take inspired action. Like Amanda, that was a risk for you to bring on people. That was, a risk to do different things. That was, for the two ladies, that's, there's just a lot that was involved. And I just commend all three of you for being brave and stepping out and doing something new and something different, because it is rising the tide. And I feel so strongly, I'm going to stop after this because I get on a little bit of a soapbox, but this is the tide that rises. Leandra hit the nail on the head. Women are the tide that rises all ship. Women, we have to pay attention. There's been a lot of masculine things, a lot of masculine hurts, a lot of trauma around money that we have to change, right? It's going to start with us, and then we're going to speak to the people around us. We're going to teach our daughters. We're going to teach our sisters. We're going to teach our friends. And this is how it all changes. So you guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Amazing. You've gotten to see like the progression of this and how it was, in past games, and now to add Leandra and Joanna here is just amazing. And, I like to say, we don't do ripple effect around here. We do freaking tidal wave. Okay. Just coming at you. We don't do like, oh, let's trickle down to our communities. No. We want to set a tidal wave of new fresh energy here and bringing back the fun and the great parts of even a subject like money. Let's do this. Let's flip it. Let's make our money stories amazing.
We are coming up on 9:30, so we want to honor your time. If you are ready to jump off and you have other meetings or whatever that you need to get to, but know that we are available to answer any of your questions. And if you have time to stay on for a little bit and you have questions right now, we are committing to having some time to spending with you here.
So
Thank you guys for showing up this morning and being with us.
Joanna, I just wanted to, you said it a little bit, but I just wanted to add, like, there's the bonus if you sign up before Monday that we're going to do the goal setting. So
Yes.
yeah. So
Yes, I totally went pretty quickly over that piece. And that we are doing that. There is another bonus that we're offering for you if you sign up within 24 hours. So 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you sign up by tomorrow at 9:30 a.m., you will get into an outrageous goal setting masterclass, which already produced huge results for the people that were in there before. Started shifting right away.
Cool. Awesome. Well, if anybody has any questions, Autumn or Marge, we keep losing Amanda. Not sure where she's going.
No, I don't have any questions. I'm sorry. Thank you, y'all. I didn't realize everybody was, I just noticed the participant count. Now I was like, oh crap, sorry.
I did too. I was like, oh, everybody's gone.
Where'd they go? Yeah. So thank you so much, y'all.
Thanks for coming, Marge. It's so good to see you.
Me too, honey.
We'll catch up.
Okay.